I was pretty skeptical, but when we were able to actually drive revenue um, through the door with a no name brand, that was the aha moment. That was like,
Yeah.
okay, there's gold here, and we just have to
Yep.
figure out how to make it work. So
I was thinking about your pizza, and forgive me, sort of making taking liberties, but it feels like you have this tech advantage, right? You have flash freezing, heat cabinets, this blast chiller, all the things that I read about that seem to be a technological advantage to the creation of your pizza.
yeah,
Can you talk about that experience, how you arrived at that, and is that something that needed to be built out before you started, or did it sort of evolve into it? I would love to hear more about that.
yeah. So none of that would have known. I wouldn't have had any of that information had it not been for the red carpet, journey that
Oh
lasted.
wow. Okay. Yeah. 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 That's
Yes.
cool.
So that whole thing, like, figuring out, because I remember at that time we weren't doing pizza, right? We were doing everything.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
at that time it was okay. How do you take, I don't know, I mean, just like a spaghetti and meatballs dish out of Manhattan and ship it to someone in Arkansas?
Yeah.
How do you do that? So at that time it was okay. We have to invest in these flash freezers. We have to come up with all these different ways to preserve and ship the food so that it stays intact during transit, and so we learned a lot on that experience, and all of that information, like the flash freezing, the heating cabinets, um, the dry ice, the way we pick, pack, and ship, like all of that information and knowledge from red carpet translated over to what we're doing today. So yeah, there's definitely a lot there that
Did it?
that
Did
got you.
that knowing and understanding that? Let's just call it technology, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Did that also sort of shape this idea of getting into pizza because you knew what you learned from the restaurants, or
Yeah,
what was it that you were going to do pizza, and then you just had to figure out how to ship it?
probably a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
the fact is like all of the logistics involved in like moving food, with something that's inherently perishable and challenging to ship.
Yeah.
All of that information and knowledge from red carpet was super helpful.